Yeah,
obviously.
what's going on, everybody?
Yeah.
I'm doing all right. I'm just like listen, uh Jay-Z's people, y'all need to hire a real nerd like us, either me or Armond, because I'm sitting here on this Jay-Z30 website, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
You go to the Jay-Z30 website and
Uh-huh.
they've got all these like this sort of timeline of like his career, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like all these like media appearances and when this album came out and when this video came out, when this single came out. There's at least one mistake, and I'm just like, it's such an obvious mistake that I'm almost just like, what are they doing here? Like,
What's the mistake?
all right, so you scroll down this timeline, they're going through the years.
I'm
They've
looking.
got Jigga What Jigga Who, the
Yeah.
single, as
Yep.
releasing in March of '98, which is not true at all.
That's interesting.
That's just wrong. I think what they meant to put there probably was that's roughly the time, like that would have been like Streets is Watching video coming out as a single, would have been early '98 after '97.
Yeah, because Streets is Watching came out with Volume 1, right?
It did, the song did, but like the first single was Sunshine, right?
Right.
We all know that didn't do what Jay wanted it to do, and then he had to come back with the Streets is Watching single. That would have been winter, sort of like winter, that winter time there. But Jigga Who, first of all, didn't come out until late September as like on the album, and then it certainly wasn't released as a single until the following like winter spring.
I was gonna say the album came out. Volume 2 came out September '98.
That's right. They got that right.
Hard Knock Life is the first single. Hard Knock Life goes crazy.
Correct.
Jigga What Jigga Who is the second single, right?
Or was it Money Cash?
I think Money Cash was the third single because technically the single was More Money, More Cash. They did DMX.
Both.
Did they do both? They didn't do a video for Money Cash. They just did a video for More Money.
No, they did a video for Money Cash.
No, they didn't.
You don't think so?
I know they didn't. I know they didn't. They definitely serviced it.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. I know they didn't.
No, because Jay's in the Jay's in the Giants jersey. I'm looking at the video right here. I remember.
Yeah, that's the More Money.
That's not
video.
More Money. All right, hold up.
Yeah, that's the More Money.
Yeah.
No.
It is. Oh man,
it's More Money. Yeah,
it's More Money.
I would have known. The only time
I didn't like More Money.
It was cool. Well, Siegel destroyed it. Actually, I like More Money, but it's not. It's not money.
It's not money.
It's not money.
It's not money.
Yeah, it was on the Corruptor soundtrack with Chow Yun-Fat and Mark Wahlberg. That is peak 1999. The only time I feel like Jay and DMX were on in a video together was his very brief appearance in the What's My Name video. He's like, cats claiming they holding figures as big as Jiggas, and Jay kind of shows up with the cool slow motion shot. Other than that, like, they had Ja Rule had the It's Murder video, and it was just his verse. We had the Iverson jersey on.
And then Kill 'Em All was just the Jay-Z?
But Jay's just on the hook of that song. Jay doesn't have a verse on there.
Is he in the video at all?
No.
You're right.
Yeah. I think they were trying to like, it was clear like that competition was there, but they both were like, I'm not helping out Ja. And then Ja was like, all right, I'm just going to make the biggest singles in the world.
Well, I mean.
Happens.
Can I Get a, right? Like Ja's there.
Oh, wait, Can I Get It? Is Can I Get It the second single? Well, I knew I was missing a record.
Here's the thing. This is the thing about Volume 2. I love how we're going off tangent already. The thing about Volume 2 is like, what is a single from Volume 2?
Wait a minute.
Because Can I Get It is the Rush Hour single.
It is. So that's why, according to Wikipedia, Can I Get It is the first single from Volume 2. Because it was released for Rush Hour, and Rush Hour probably came out before Volume 2.
It did. If you go to the Wikipedia page for Can I Get It, they show the cover art of the 12-inch single, and it says the smash hit from Def Jam's Rush Hour soundtrack.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Kick-ass Rush Hour soundtrack. Check the B-side. for bonus tracks with Wu-Tang and Ja, just Ja, not Ja Rule, just Ja, and then JAH.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, this is a Ja Rule. This is funny. This is a Ja Rule single. I'm looking at the track list on.
What?
Actually, hold on. Are you seeing this? The CD single?
What am I looking at? For what?
Can I Get a? The CD single is Can I Get a?
Yeah.
Faded Pictures, Joe and Case, and then How Deep Is Your Love, Drew Hill.
Yeah.
I forgot when soundtracks would like give you like a mini CD single. I forgot about that.
Def Jam was like, how can we reuse tracks? How can we?
Of course.
Well, look, the soundtrack hustle was incredible.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Because it was such a way, like you get Hollywood to pay, and it's like, I can strategically put out singles, sometimes for people who need a comeback, people you've never heard of.
Yep.
I can reuse stuff.
Yep.
Like that was a godsend.
You could also introduce new artists.
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of what Can I Get a does with Ja Rule, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely it does.
Absolutely. And they kind of take that style. I feel like that style was already there because the story goes that was Ja Rule's single.
Of course.
And Jay played, or Irv Gotti played it for Jay. And then Jay calls Irv and is like, yo, I need that record. And so they gave it to him. But it was clear that Ja, in hindsight, Ja and Irv were in there, you know, how do I word this? Maybe like a Drake and 40 bag, like creating a sound.
Yeah, because
that's a Murder Inc. record. It is.
Oh, for sure. I mean, to quote Cameron, when the F did New York start bouncing, like.
And then he put out What Means the World to You, but I digress.
Well, on the same album. No, well, that's that by that point. Because by that point, SDE had gotten so delayed. Although I think is that record on the OG SDE? What Means the World to You?
The bootleg one.
Yeah, which was actually called something else.
Oh, what was SDE originally called?
Hold on.
We're in a bag.
It was called the Rough album.
Okay. Let me see if I can find it.
I have it.
Of course you do.
Yeah, somewhere I have it. We're so deep into the lore.
No. Hey, listen, this is what we're here for. Okay, the Rough album. Okay. All right, well, good for yeah. So technically, to go back to Jay, Can I Get It comes out in August. Hard Knock Life comes out in October. Right. Money Cash Hoes comes out in December. And then Jigga What comes out in March of 99.
Which sounds about right. March 199, which is they just have it as March 198. But like we need some quality control, Jay-Z30. Like holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy is peak rocket. Which
member of the Holla family?
you're William D. Holla. Oh man, I wanted to be part of the Holla family so bad.
I'm just imagining somebody rolls into one of these Yankee Stadium shows and they've got a custom Yankees jersey that says Holla on the back.
Got to. That just it's like the Kanye concerts. It's like what era of Jay-Z are you here for? Right? Are you here for like he's got one of his jerseys or one of his shirts that have like his different names on the back. So Are you here for like Iceberg Slim? You know what I'm saying? You here for Jigga Man? You know what I'm saying? Like which era? Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, man. I'm excited. But yeah, okay, so let's talk Jay-Z30. Is there anything else stand out to you? Because he has rolled out the red carpet like crazy, and it is full steam ahead. Oh wow, look at this Source magazine from January 2000. Wow.
I know if y'all want a trip down memory lane, go to Jay-Z30.com. They've got like they've just got straight up like photos of like articles.
I've
like
got
for
that,
some of these. Yeah.
I've got that Vibe magazine behind me somewhere. The December 2000. I have it. I have that one. Wow.
I don't remember. Do I remember? I don't remember that Jay-Z, that January 2000 Source cover. That's interesting. Why don't I remember that? Was I already
Oh, yeah.
you know why? Because
This-
I think, had I already switched to double XL?
Maybe because that cover, that December 99 cover is the one I have the t-shirt of. Yeah, that's around the time people started switching. But this is also, I think this 99, January 2000, this is Girl's Best Friend, isn't it?
Yeah. 99 is Girl's Best Friend era. That's the Blue Streak soundtrack?
It is. It is. What a dark day.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is really.
No, there's a lot going on here for sure.
There is. Yep. The Siegel cover. Yeah, the Siegel cover from August to 01. This is like peak Jada and Siegel here, because then this is the blueprint.
Okay, hold on. We got and again, like they're getting sloppy with these dates. So they have Song Cry is coming out in April of 2001. That is incorrect. It was released as a single in April of 2002. I know that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Also, they didn't release the single of Hova in June, did they?
Hova? What? H to the Izzo?
Izzo. That feels too early.
Izzo officially came out. It was world premiered at the Source Awards. Like that. That's
right.
I remember this day.
Yeah, I know.
Because it was August 20th. It was my first week of school, my senior year. And I was down. I feel like this is like one of our first conversations on. I feel like this is when I found So. Was around this album. Yeah, it came out. They premiered at the Source Awards August 01.
I mean, Wikipedia says debuted at the BET Awards.
I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It is the BET Awards
in June of 01.
That's actually sounds correct. I'm wrong.
June of 01. That's when it was released. I don't remember that single coming out that day though.
No, not that day, because it was a thing. Because I think that was around the time we were getting mixtapes. We had Izzo on mixtape.
So you know what this tells me? You know who's that tells me that it's just somebody who's literally just using Wikipedia to like get the dates and doesn't actually know. Come on, man.
Probably some Rock Nation, probably some 20-year-old Rock Nation intern. Because we're gonna want money for this. They're like, hey, Rock Nation, pay us, and they're gonna say no.
Listen, I know how much I pay for these concert tickets. They can pay somebody to get the dates right. My God.
Listen. Oof. Yeah, I'm holding out for Sunday. The tickets are going down, but they're still crazy. Yeah, they're still crazy.
So, no, here's the thing I'll say about, I can't believe I'm going to say this. This will be something good to clip. I'm just going to let you know in advance. Here's my thing. This is, I mean, listen, first of all, let me give credit to Jay and his people. This is like a full court press. Like this is
absolutely
activating all the stuff that people liked about the Clips rollout and then some, which just proves that like deep down, people want to be sold to. They want to be marketed to.
Absolutely.
Like, this is the funny thing about like in the tech world, there was always like people loved like when Steve Jobs would just get up on stage and sell them something. Like when it's really done well, people love it. Like it's really funny, So they're doing a tremendous job of that. All I'm gonna say, if you would have told me 30 years ago that this is the album from 1996 that they were giving all these flowers to, I would have been like, I thought it was a really good album in 1996, but it's like, All Eyes on Me was the album.
It was
of 1996.
It was. Well,
the whole time,
along with Fuji's The Score.
Sure, Fuji's popped up.
Along
it was
with
written, pops
Nas,
up.
It was written.
No, I get that, but like, how many hit singles did Pac have?
Oh, for sure, at least 5.
Right, like. Basically, every time like one of them ran out of steam, he just put another one up there. He didn't even have to really touch disc 2. He was just chilling with the hits from disc 1.
That's true. There isn't a hit on disc 1. There is not a hit on disc 2.
There are records, obviously, that people know.
For sure. Because everybody had.
Sure.
Everybody had that album.
It's like, that's an album. No, that's an album with so much lore, obviously.
And
we've deep
dived on that on a, join the Patreon.
we have done that. So much of like the late 90s into the 2000s was just mining over and over again Tupac nostalgia. So like for us older heads, like that is like, we feel like that well has been tapped.
Absolutely.
But like, because of that, now we're not getting the logical, like, oh, it's the 30th anniversary of All Eyes on Me. There are so many people who have no idea, no clue.
And I think that comes down to, Jay's, one of the cornerstones of Jay's branding was owning your own stuff, right?
Sure.
So the fact that he's around, he owns his own stuff and he's around to tell the story.
That's right.
The victors tell the story, right?
They do. And he's incentivized to tell this story because like, it's not like, I don't even know who owns Tupac's Death Row's masters at this point. But whoever does, they're not, there's no, it's not like they're going to like, oh, we could, if we put this together, we could sell a lot of CDs. Like we're not, that was the, I've bemoaned for years that hip hop doesn't do what I thought the baby boomers did with rock in the 90s, where it was like, so the Beatles like number ones was like this huge like collection of CDs that sold a ton of records in the 90s. And it was like, we remastered and we found stuff in the vaults and this, that, and the third. They didn't do that because they were trying to be generous. They did that because they knew they were going to sell a lot of CDs. And unfortunately, there's nothing. What are they going to do with it? Every bit of Tupac has been exhausted. There's nothing left. There's no like it's all been out there forever. So there's no there's no financial incentive other than like somebody who was really, there's no financial incentive to do that. Whereas Jay absolutely has a financial incentive because he's doing shows and he's going to put out an album. So like he has the incentive to tell the story in this way. But like, man,
I would add to that and say that I believe if someone who was a part of Tupac's estate actually like cared and was a fan and like understood it, that there would be a way they would have this sort of mindset. I think I haven't seen anything from Tupac's estate minus the they had that Hulu documentary that I still haven't watched, but I've heard good things about. But a lot of things from Tupac's estate feel like money grabs, and it's not handled with the care of an artist with a rabid, passionate fan base the way that Tupac has. So they're just like, yeah, here's another vinyl. Yeah, here's another, rather than like measuring twice and cutting once and creating and presenting some sort of a story that gets people to buy. To your original point, people like to be sold to. Who doesn't want to buy another thing of Tupac?
And then the other thing about this whole Jay-Z30 rollout is like, we've kind of forgotten because like we've just spent the last 2 years with the Drake and the Kendrick stands, but like the old head Jay-Z stands activated like the Winter Soldier coming out of hibernation as soon as Jay starts his promo run. It's a potent combo. Listen, how much should we pay? But I'm just saying.
Also,
yeah,
Jay is in the same boat as far as representation. He is also in the same boat as like a Puff. And what I mean by that is there are also a lot of those hip hop fans who have been activated who think Jay is a lot of things that is wrong with hip hop. So they're kind of like not preying on his downfall, but they're also activated to be like, nah, Jay isn't.
Right. And then content just creates more content.
It just cycles.
That's fine. There's more to sell, I guess.
Sure.
Listen, Jay has always been a capitalist to the core.
Of course.
To the core.
Absolutely.
Jay was never trying to save anybody or anything. Jay was trying to make money.
Absolutely.
For him and then eventually his family. That's
his friends, yeah. Yep.
That was the mission.
That was the mission. Agreed.
You can like it, you can not like it. But
yeah, I mean, but I think there's that other thing though, right? Where because hip hop is such a passionate thing for many of its listeners. We can have the passionate connection to Reasonable Doubt and The Blueprint and Black Album and all these spaces that Jay's pulling on for that nostalgia. We were the ones. I was here when I first heard this Jay-Z song, da 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 da. That's not really woven into the fabric of Jay-Z. He's almost like in a super, like a Hulk Hogan sort of thing. But like Hulk Hogan never tried to, that's a bad point. I won't say that. But Hulk Hogan never tried to be, that's not the right point to make. But Hulk wasn't trying to be anything more than what he was.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You mean. Jay was never trying to kick knowledge, as he once.
Sure. Yeah.
That was never what Jay was trying to do, right? No.
Jay would try to give you.
He would try to give you game.
Give you game versus,
as we used to say, right? Kick
absolutely.
Knowledge,
Nas is kicking knowledge, and Jay is giving you game. And for our generation, there was a difference. For sure. Yes. That's what I was thinking of. Because I was going to say, well, Hulk Hogan never wanted to be like the greatest wrestler, but part of Jay's lore is being the greatest rapper. So that doesn't quite fit. But right, you found it for me.
No, right. The same guy who rapped, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman," which in a weird way then inspired a whole line of thinking.
Absolutely.
Like the thing that is really, honestly, that I actually appreciate about him. It must be weird. It really must be weird, because he probably still thinks of himself as like, he can go in there and out rap almost any. I'm sure he feels like he can out rap anybody, right? But like, the one thing that is good about introducing this is like, there are a lot of people who are just reintroducing his music and doing this whole thing. Like, is it's nostalgia and it's good for us, but like also like, I wonder how many people who they just know Jay-Z as Beyonce's husband.
Oh, there's definitely a generations of those people for sure.
And I'm just imagining like, even some percentage of them are like, listen to like, "Can I Live?" Right? And they're just like, what? Huh? What?
And you're seeing that because really a lot of I feel like those type of people, the only Jay-Z song they've heard is either Empire State of Mind or like maybe Big Pimpin'.
Sure.
Maybe. But definitely Empire State of Mind. Maybe Numb Encore.
Oh, God.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Whereas now you're seeing the youths go back and they're listening to Jay and going through his discography. And I'm also seeing a lot of people say, oh, I get it now.
You know what's also genius about this Jay-Z30 thing, and the fact that he's not just celebrating Reasonable Doubt, but he's really just kind of celebrating the whole discography.
Mm-hmm.
It lets him sidestep the fact that this is the 25th anniversary of Blueprint, but this man can never do a like, well, it's September 11th and it's the 25th. Like you can't do that. You know, that would be very, are you saying it would be very strange, and it would always feel weird, you know, but like he gets, well, like he can't do anything on that day. Like the same way that like, I mean, I guess it would feel really strange. It would feel so strange. The way that he had the event like in New York on the actual 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. Like imagine it's like, it's September 11th, 26. He's like, yeah, we're in New York City. It's like, all right, buddy. Like
my retort to that, or my pushback to that, as crazy enough, that was so long ago.
Yeah, maybe people just don't really think about it that way anymore, man.
I don't think they do.
That's crazy, man.
That's crazy. I mean, we've since lived through a black president, a recession, a global pandemic.
It's still the craziest thing. It's still the craziest thing that's ever happened. I just can't even. Yeah, it is very strange to me. Like I like there's somebody who I work with now. I'm pretty sure she was born after 9/11. It's just like the fact that like, I know, right? It's like, listen.
Crazy.
Like it shattered your brain.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. My daughter is like a super 9/11 enthusiast. So she like deep dives. Yeah. She's not like a
jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
No. She's not a conspiracy theorist in that way, but she's definitely like, hey dad, where were you? What was going on? You know what I'm saying? So it exists and lives in that way, but I don't think it's one of those things that like lives in infamy forever. You've got people now that are nostalgic about the pandemic. You know,
Listen.
Take Me Back.
No.
No.
This is the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. This is the absolute dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Take Me Back.
Please don't. No, thank you. I'm still shaking off residue from that time. No thanks. Yeah. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And then we can move on.
Yeah.
We've been on record several times saying that we think a Jay album is coming. Do you think it drops around the time of these concerts? He's since announced another show in LA, another one in Paris. He's also announced an 8-part series on HBO with Rick Rubin. I saw somebody say it should have been Angie Martinez. That would have been interesting. More than Rick Rubin. I don't really care.
I don't know. I mean, is Angie really like a hard-hitting journalist? Not really.
Is Rick Rubin a hard-hitting journalist?
No, but he is an out of the box weird thinker. So like you might get the real thing I want to know is like who's actually like producing and running, who's structuring that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I think at this point, I think we're too close to the shows. Like the promo would start to, I mean, he's not going to put it out next Friday. That just seems like too much.
That's too much.
Seems like too much. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he seems like a lot.
Maybe he announces the date.
Maybe.
I can see a date.
Yeah.
And a new song. I can see a new song.
Let me tell you, that is a high risk, high reward situation right there.
I mean, he's done it. We just talked about it. H to the Izzo at the BET Awards.
In his prime.
Talk about it.
You gotta have listen, these are gonna be these are 3 shows that are beyond sold out, expensive tickets. It's gonna be a lot of press, a lot of people talking about it, everything else. You cannot come out with a song that is brand new unless it is like
out of here.
And the other thing is, think about the population who's gonna be there, right? I don't know what sound he's gonna be going for.
Sure.
You know,
it's got to be a new nostalgia. He can't go to like, if he goes to, because let me say this.
Yeah.
He's pretty much undefeated with this.
Undefeated with what?
Premiering new songs at concerts. So he did Take Over. H to the Izzo.
Again, this is all 01.
He also did Jock and Jay-Z.
Which, actually, that's an underrated song.
It is.
And that was also, but like, Kanye was...
scorching. That's right after... Is
that before Blueprint 3?
Yeah, because it was for Blueprint 3. So that was after Graduation.
After Graduation, before Blueprint...
Right after, I'm sorry, after 808s.
808s.
After 808s. Yep. So, again, that's a layup, right? Let me get Jay-Z and Kanye on a record, especially... Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of something else. I was going to say after he dropped all... Then they dropped all those... That song doesn't make Blueprint 3, but all the stinkers make... But whatever, I digress. But I think if he goes for... It has to be somebody he's already worked with. So if he goes with Timbaland, it can't be any of these new Timbaland beats. It's got to be like nostalgic Timbaland, and I don't think that's Timbaland present day.
No.
It would have to be a Just Blaze. Just will give you a loud, sped up soul sample.
Loud, very loud, sure. It's not gonna be Ye.
Definitely not gonna be Ye.
Swiss.
It could be Swiss. It absolutely could be Swiss. And it could be Pharrell. Which sucks because I would rather be the Neptunes.
That's not happening.